the stream of the Jiggly Hive. So we're gonna go ahead and just hopefully get right back into things here. I know I listened to some of the previous recordings and I was pretty quiet in the audio, so hopefully the recordings today fix this a bit, but we may then just pick up some extra noise in the room. So if you have any feedback about the audio, go ahead and let me know about that. Otherwise, I'm just going to get launched back into things here. If you'll remember, we had kind of a tough world situation going on. I'm going to go ahead and just take a second here to check things, make sure the stream's okay, and then we'll get started. Okay, so I'm back. Everything looks pretty good there. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I need to do some crafting here early, and I would be much happier if it wasn't the middle of the night right now. And the reason for that is I just generally don't like building at night. It's just annoying for me. So it tends to be like if you'll see me in later games, you'll start to see that I will, when it becomes night, just go ahead and go and start exploring, and then come back during the day for all my building. So if I remember right, last time I ended up going down into the well, that reminds me, I'll go back inside here, reassess the situation of the world. So taking a quick look here, we can see that if you'll remember, just off to the left we have the jungle. That's proved to be a bit annoying for a number of reasons. One of which is, when you run into the jungle, you can sometimes get lucky, and there's some caverns next to the jungle. And you can see that we did eventually find those down underneath our base. Sometimes you can get lucky right in here and find some nice caverns where you can drop down and get some like late game loot really quick out of a jungle chest. Another problem is it's just generally hard to get across here. You'll see I had to dig down and underneath thinking I found a cave. You have to wander through this giant lake, and of course you have all the problems that come with the jungle of jungle bats without a good weapon to take them out early in the game. I eventually did drill through and got over to this far. I'm guessing this is probably pretty close to whatever the next biome is after the jungle, but just in general, the jungles proved to be a pain. Then, to make matters even worse, just off to our other side is the corruption. And unfortunately, we had the same problem there. I dug down trying to find a sort of a set of caverns that came off the corruption, with the hopes of maybe finding a good chest or something right over in this area. But again, that just did not pan out. And it really turned out that there's almost no resources at all. If you look at this area, you found no houses, no chests, no hearts, no nothing. So this was slow and a long-going slog of just slowly digging out iron. And iron has been the one advantage we've had with this map, in that there was a lot of iron down here, so I was able to get to an iron pick pretty early, which made digging all of this just not quite a slog. Eventually, I was able to sort of get lucky. I found a couple chests as I went further down near the jungle, which let me get a silver bow, which brings me to another issue that we've been having. And that silver bow kind of enabled me to make some Jester's arrows and have enough firepower to make it across the corruption. Because the big problem with the corruption is, you run into things here at the top level, and they're pretty fast, they can keep up with you, and if you just have a problem or get hung up on one of these, it's pretty much game over. And I kind of lucked out. I was able to jump over these due to having found due to just having found a bottle, which let me do sort of some double jumps and really get across these gaps pretty easily, except for one really large one right here. So I was able to rush across this, and then use my Jester's arrows to kind of kill the clumps of eaters that came up behind me. I was then able to get over here and break into the ice biome, and that's really where the game has started to sort of change for me. The ice biome was nice in that we were able to, you're able to dig down really fast in the ice biome. We found a good many chests in here and a good many resources. I was not as happy as I was with minerals. We did find a good bit of silver and gold, but not as much as you would usually find in this sort of area. There may be more up here that I kind of missed. I was just trying to dig down as fast as possible, just to descend and keep with the open areas, and hopefully that would allow me to find chests. At the very end of the exploring last time, we did find one house down here. It's the first and only house that we found, so that was kind of nice. Gave us some items. And we also, just because I kept exploring across, we did find that our dungeon's right here. And I expect right on the other side of this dungeon is obviously just going to be maybe a little bit of jungle and then the beach. So it has been tough. We're kind of trapped in this kind of less than optimal area. I'm guessing, if we had to guess what's going on over here, is we'll have a desert biome on this side, and beyond that desert, I'm unsure. We may have like another ice biome over here, or maybe just another jungle before we go back to the ocean on that side. So that gets to what we're going to do today. I'm going to kick things off here with a little bit of building. In general, my base has been... What those worms? My base has been a little lacking because of the lack of resources and the lack of my ability to sort of break out and get alternate woods or anything. See that, this is just all base wood. I did find a lot of clay, and I do like to build red bricks, so I was kind of happy about that, and I may mine out some more clay here to make some more red brick. But my big goals here right at the beginning are, I need to get up a decent crafting area, and I'd like to get that above ground for the time being. I think the nurse will be appearing soon, as well as I may have the capability to get one other NPC, so I need to get some more housing online. And then I need to get my arena up and running. I do like doing an arena, that type of person. I will probably build that on this side. Call me weird, but being right-handed, I almost always build my arena off to the right. But with the corruption over here, building a long platform is gonna... I may be able to do it, but it's gonna be iffy. I don't really want to run into that corruption and have, you know, things flying over into my face when I'm trying to fight a boss. But I'll figure that out when the time comes. Right now, I'm just gonna get some basic crafting done and get maybe a workshop set up. You'll notice that I didn't even have a axe there, and that is because I basically was not paying attention, and I left my piggy bank here last time when I went over to the ice biome. And because I did find some really nice resources over there, I was destroying everything I possibly could, and my pickaxe was just, or my axe and my hammer were just wood and copper, so I wasn't really worried about saving them because I know I could easily remake them. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get some resources to just start building, and I'm gonna sort of block out my inventory so when things fall in, where they end up. I'm gonna check here. I've got... I did manage to get a good bit of boreal wood and some ebon wood from my my trek across the other biomes last game. And I'm thinking I may try and do like an ebon wood type house, or maybe an ebon wood type workshop. I don't know if that's going to be enough wood to make it happen, but maybe I'll give it a go here and see where we end up. Maybe I'll do the workshop first, and then I'll build a couple houses after that to see how things sort of end up. But my first is I want to mine out some of this clay so that I can make some red bricks, because as I had said, I kind of like red bricks. And I do have a web slinger. I did manage to find a little spider biome while we were out. I was out, so that's kind of nice. Web slingers, or the web throwers, slingers. It's it gives you a lot of I don't know what to call it, but grapples that you can do. Right, it'll grapple a bunch of times before you start losing them. So that's kind of nice, and I'll hopefully be able to take advantage of that. Sometimes having that many grapples isn't as good, and I may downgrade that web slinger to a normal grappling hook later in the game. Just gonna put this torch here, and I'm going to kind of ditch this iron. I mean, we are lucky in that we have a full set of iron that I know I crafted after the last session. So now I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna make myself some red brick, because I like red brick. And hopefully these next like half an hour to an hour doesn't get too boring. I may step off and do some exploring in a bit, but for right now, just kind of can actually mine that out. I do need an axe. Just want to take out that tree right now. And I was just looking at my axe, and that just reminded me, wanted to look up, and that just irks me every time. I've had so many gray items appear in this run through. I don't think I've ever seen so many weak items. So just go ahead and done a nice little red brick road there. The dirt blocks. And we'll just build just a typical Ebonwood type house right here at the end for our workshop. I may even just kind of scoot off this wall. So in my workshop, I tend to like a lot of platforms. These probably didn't need to be Ebonwood, but so in order to do that, I tend to put them just above my head. At least in the beginning. Eventually, I may put some walls in here, but for now, I just kind of want 2 platforms and a roof. Don't think I'm gonna have enough for a second layer here. So because of that, I'm gonna actually just take it out. And use that to make a door. That makes me wonder how... Yeah, that doesn't look very good. So we're not gonna go ahead and do that. I'll think about what I want to put up there for a roof. But for now, I'm gonna have the Boreal workbench be our workbench. I'm just gonna go ahead and make an Ebonwood door there. So now we're nice and blocked in. And I got a lot of snow. Sometimes I do like to make snow walls, but I don't think I'm gonna do that here. I don't have enough Ebonwood to make an Ebonwood wall. These Boreal walls look not very good. See now. Sometimes it's just way too slow hammering this out. Sometimes it's also really annoying to do it. By the replacement also. Light in here right now because I'm kind of going into night. So So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. First thing I'm gonna do, bring my furnace and anvil up. Now we've got some ability to craft. What do I want to do here? It's going to be a good question. I think I'm going to it's going to take a lot of wood, but I do like that. Might as well leave it up here, because I made it. Put it right in the middle. But I was going to say, I'm going to make a chain. From the chain, I should be able to make a heavy workbench. May have been able to make this without, but I think what will look good back here is don't have the stone in my inventory, which brings up a whole different issue of start putting down chests up here. I'm gonna put those over here. It's kind of right in the middle. I think I have 3 wooden chests that I'm going to put over here. Now the question is going to be what to put in each of them. I think what I'm going to do here is this far left one is going to be sort of building materials. On the right, I'm going to put some furniture, other random things within these chests. And then right here in the middle is going to be our resources chest, and this is going to be kind of stuff we want to keep. Another gray item I picked up. Brings up one other item, which is I like to keep kind of my alchemy work away from everything else. So I'm gonna kind of put potions and stuff up here for now. And I'm just going to kind of don't know if I've ever made anything with Flink's fur, so I'm gonna go over here and see what we can make. We can make a Flink staff. Interesting. Don't think I've ever seen this. This makes it worthwhile to maybe kill one more Flinks, because Flink staff will help out a bit, I bet. And then this Flink's fur coat might not be that bad either. And by not bad, I mean if I happen to go a summoner route. I don't know, but it's pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it, and oh, poor bunny. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna do a little inventory rearranging here, so this will take me a few minutes. Okay. So I made just one more wooden chest because I'm going to do this. Probably a mistake.